Dude.
Yeah.
I had that same feeling this morning. I will.
It's tweet order, by the way.
It's gonna be me, Keelan, Norma, Ethan.
For one-liners.
Yeah.
And
Topic order is the same.
so
As the two.
I got up, I started the shower, and I was like, it needs to warm up. I'll go crawl back in bed for 5 minutes.
It was dangerous game right there. Getting
Dude.
back into
Dude,
bed.
for real. Because Keelan does not help in that situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, let's cuddle. Let's snuggle.
But it's like my hair is just getting so long that I mainly just have to shower almost every other day to take care of my hair. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get it.
Looks great,
Like-
though.
Too dry.
Them
Too
fucking
this.
curls.
I know, she hates them. Look, it's going so blonde. Like, by the end of the summer, I'm going to be super blonde.
Dude, you should totally get a surfboard or a snowboard. One of
Right,
the two.
like, this side's really bad. But even my hair up top started to go blonder, too. Because, like, my dad was, like, blonde before you could went, like, he went blonde to gray and then white almost immediately.
Damn.
You're gonna be rocking a silver fox look soon, I guess. If
I
that's the
hope.
same trend.
Well, like, my beard's almost like bright red. And then my hair was always brown, and now it's like brown blonde.
Yeah, dude. They're like practically. a
Elementally,
Viking.
NJ will totally judge you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
updating that right now. My bad. I thought I did it, but I guess I didn't hit save.
Hi. Yeah,
Dude.
you do.
One thing I had to find is a manly,
Done.
like shampoo and conditioner, because I had to steal some of her rose water.
It was so funny. He came out of the bathroom and I could just smell the conditioner. I was like, "You used it, didn't you?"
I had to. It just like
Did it
so
feel
dry.
nice?
Afterwards, yeah, but it like it'll.
Yeah,
my hair
dude.
doesn't get greasy, really, so it gets drier. Like, it's so
Oh.
weird. Yeah.
You need to do like a hair mask or something once a week.
Well, that's why I had to steal her conditioner to like, yeah. If she get too long.
Every
I'm gonna
man.
shave my head.
I get my beard and body wash products from Every Man Jack. By the way, not a sponsor, but please sponsor us. I love y'all's products. They're fucking
Right, I'll
awesome.
take it.
Yeah. They have some like nice hemp beard wash that leaves your beard feeling nice and soft. And they have shampoo and conditioner combos that smell nice.
Yeah. I had to be so careful not to overwash it or underwash it. I have to find like that precise.
The happy
You have a
meal,
scalp brush
yeah.
yet? It'll change your life.
Dude, yes.
Is that the purple thingy?
Yeah, I just got one and I'm still figuring out how to try to use it.
I mean,
So wait.
yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
that just tangles up my hair.
So wet it and then put your soap on it and then work it through in like circles and just work on your scalp.
Yeah.
Ugh, it feels so good.
Feels so fucking
Your hair feels so
awesome.
clean.
Yeah.
Your
Your
soap's
head-
gonna lather like it never lathered before.
Your head,
Yeah.
your
We'll
scalp.
have to do it
feels so fucking
twice.
clean. Damn.
Yeah,
I
you
have
have a
to
lot
do
of
the
hair.
first one just to wash it, and the second one for the shampoo to actually do its thing.
Lather, rinse, repeat. We finally understand it.
I don't. You what, guys want to know my secret? I don't repeat.
Well, I mean, I never repeated when I had real short hair either, right? Like just wash it real good. But
Yeah.
now
Your
that
12-in-1 soap.
yeah,
Then-
What are the other 11 steps?
let's see, toes, armpits.
Oh my god.
Family jewels.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah.
start. We're starting.
If you don't have if you don't have a squeaky clean undercarriage, then what's the use, right?
I mean, yeah. If there's one thing I took away from Employee of the Month is you always wash your balls.
Employee of the month.
Yeah. The movie?
With
Oh.
Yeah.
Jessica Simpson and Dane Cook.
Mhm.
Dane Cook.
And that other white guy who plays a really good villain.
I did my best.
This is
I
an
did my
89.
best.
This is an 89 Honda. How dare you?
Was
That was like-
it that movie?
Yeah.
Yes. Just so the lines that are delivered in that movie are what make the movie, right?
Yeah. What's
I confuse it with Good Luck Chuck a lot because it's Dane Cook.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Same, yeah.
Same
Hey, Ethan.
formula.
What's my debit card pin?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. All
Is
right.
that your real debit
The
card
topics
name?
we discuss are many,
No story too bold to talk about.
strictly our own opinions.
But they are opinions from people like you.
Welcome to the NAKE'd podcast.
Happy Pi Day! And for some reason, someone stole an hour out of my day through DM Tech Allen.
For spring break part 2. What up, guys? It's Keelan.
Part 2? Hey, Ethan, that's you.
You said I'm last.
It is me. Fuck, I fucked it up this time. Sorry, I'm still adjusting to daylight savings time. Why do they do this? It's so cruel. It's your girl NJ.
I was gonna say, hey, you're not late when you're the boss, right? So, bam, it's even. I was so thrown off. I was so thrown out of the loop there. The whole time, I'm like, okay. He said Alan, Keelan, Norma, Ethan. Cool. All right, cool.
I
Remember
threw it
sticking
off.
on everything?
sorry.
We're all just like, no.
It's that hour, dude.
What's worse is I had it written.
And
So
every one of
did
y'all
I.
gaslighted me. Every one of y'all like, it's your turn. No, it's not.
Ethan, it's your turn. Introduce yourself.
I usually have my shit together, okay? This is just not my Monday.
No, I feel it. You have a valid excuse. You're like, oh, it's daylight savings, and I have to start planning moving.
Ugh.
Bye.
Dude, I
Oh,
gotta
and by the
pause
way, you
that
turned
episode.
30 in like 3 days. Like, I forgot about my birthday.
I
I
was
know,
gonna ask.
Like, what are we doing?
We're having dinner?
I wanted to go to we talked about it today. I'll tell you guys after podcast.
You
Well,
know,
let's get it started. What's going on at Google?
it's not
Pam.
Google, Pam. We have to
Pam
talk
and
Pam
about
and Tommy?
Pam and Tommy over at Google,
Oh.
yes.
These liners. Mine was second. That's fine. That's fine. All right, guys. So hopefully you've heard of this show called Pam and Tommy. It follows a very beloved couple from the 90s. I was gonna say early 90s.
Oh,
Start in the
Ouch.
early 90s. But start about mid 90s.
Ouch, early 90s?
It
Hey,
started
can-
in 94. Like, that's early 90s.
I feel old.
I was gonna say, can I just say one thing about this show is that every outfit she wears is like one of Pamela Anderson's like
Iconic.
signature outfits.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
her
pretty
iconic
cool.
outfits.
Yeah. So we all kind of know the story. You know, Pam and Tommy, one of the big things that happened in mid late 90s was a sex tape of theirs got stolen and they kind of blew up. Tommy became this huge sex god and Pam's career kind of just tanked. As Crazy pointed out, this is the exact opposite that happened to Kanye and Kim.
No, Kim
it's-
Kardashian and
Ray J.
Ray J.
Ray J.
yeah.
Sorry. I had it backwards in my head.
everyone
I was
always
like, I
remembers.
know the girl for sure, but for some reason I said Kanye.
See, that's
Nah,
even how
Reggie
different
and
it
Ray
was.
J had.
Right.
Yeah,
You
Reggie
remember
and Ray
King,
J
you
had the
remember Ray
beef
J.
because of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this story, it follows it really closely, especially if like you're looking at the timelines. Some of the timelines a little off, but no more than like 7 to 8 months. and it does a really good job. All of these actors have done phenomenal. I don't know if it's like method acting or what, but it took me till about the second episode to realize that that was Stan Sebastian. Like, no
Sebastian
clue.
Stan.
Sebastian Stan. God damn, I cannot today.
Wait. Bucky plays Tommy?
He does.
Damn, what? I didn't know
Interesting.
that.
And
Yeah.
the
Now I
actress that
kinda
plays
wanna watch
Pam,
it.
she just did a big show. She did a big movie lately, and I forgot what it was. But she's been an up and coming actress on her own too.
Yeah. And they just fully embody these characters. It's really amazing to like watch the progression, see how closely it follows. And, you know, the actress playing Pam really just show like Pamela's outbursts, and, you know, not that she really had too many, but just the devastation that she went through. It was interesting when I came across an article that was talking about how, guess what happened? It happened again. Their story has been stolen, even though it is a public story. Pam nor Tommy knew that this was about to come out. They might have known, but
Really?
they did not greenlight this script. They did not approve for any of this to go through, and it was just pushed through anyway. Pamela's actually been working on a documentary with Netflix.
Ooh.
Wow. Just wow.
And they didn't have like fact check or anything. Like nobody consulted their parties or like their agents. Like that's so unprofessional.
It's a big fuck you.
And that
from
was the thing
Hulu.
is you could tell they changed certain items that just to make it like they could use the story. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they kept it very with public details, and then the very private details were the ones that were changed.
Yeah. It was a lot like what was that other show we just watched where it's like, oh, Inventing Anna, where it's
Mhm.
every part of this story is completely true except for the parts completely made up.
You know, like
Oh
so
no, have y'all watched
in,
that?
Just
watched
we
a
haven't
little
finished
bit,
it
yeah.
yet.
in the little
good.
details, like in real life they had two kids, where in the show they only have one, right? Like
Yeah.
personal details they changed a lot, but the overall like public story of everything is like to the T. It was pretty interesting. Like even they were like her Jay Leno interview, right? I don't know if y'all remember that, but I remember
I don't.
seeing that because it was like it played on the internet forever. And just the way she acted and the actress, the way she portrayed it and the way she handled it, it was just like, wow. Like she got real quickly, and then did the oh ha 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 ha, like the laugh it off. I'm the dumb blonde. Make everyone laugh.
Yeah.
Mm.
It has its really silly dumb moments, but it also has its very serious and like real moments.
Yeah. Because it, you know, it shows them meeting for the first time, and then it shows them getting married 4 days later, which is what really happened. Tommy Lee even talked about in his autobiography how he would talk to certain anatomy parts, and they made that come to life in the show. So it was really cool. I'm gonna let y'all figure that one out. Give me just a second.
So I don't know if y'all remember, but Tommy Lee did this one song with a music video of him driving a boat holding a remote, and the remote represented something. Well, that's referenced through like things like that are referenced throughout the whole show, and yeah,
Oh
like
my god.
one of the final scenes for Tommy Lee, or him and Nikki Sixx are sitting at the bar, and you start feeling for Tommy Lee in the moment because he's like, you know, this is ruining my life, it's driving me crazy. And Nikki Sixx looks at him and goes, "Well, you just did a concert with your dick out the entire concert. Like, you were playing the drums with your drumstick." And he goes, "Yeah, but that's consensual. This was against my will." And we're just like, "Oh, well, you never thought about that," because the way Tommy Lee always did portray himself, he was very forward about those items.
And I don't know if you. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, what happens now? Like, are they suing Hulu for like pulling this out, or whoever created it?
I don't really can. Because for the most part, it is, public knowledge. It's probably past the statute of, oh, we can talk about it, oh, we can't talk about it type of thing.
Mhm.
And they keep it to the very public story when it comes to them
Mhm.
too. But like when it comes to Rand, that's where a lot of the, I guess, improv story comes into play. Like,
Yeah.
because in the original story they say he was an electrician. Well, in this he's a carpenter who has a porn star past, and his ex-wife's a porn star, and there's the whole storyline between him and his current or his soon-to-be ex-wife, we should say. So,
But the story of how he stole the sex tape was true, like the way he did it.
Oh, so Tommy stole the sex tape, or Rand stole it?
Rand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
so Rand was I'll stick to the show. Rand was a carpenter for Tommy. They were redoing one of the downstairs room, changing it up, sex swings, all the fun stuff. And at one point Tommy just wasn't paying them. He would tell them money is no object, you don't have to worry about it. If I say I want it, we're gonna get it. But these carpenters and these contractors were out thousands of dollars on their own debit card, their Visa cards, their MasterCards. And so they're like, bro, you need to pay us. And Tommy was just like, you know what? This is shitty work. Fuck off. And so when Rand goes back, a few days, week later, to get like his toolbox, he almost successfully gets it. But then Tommy catches him while he's walking out, puts a shotgun in his face, and says, get off my property. That's my toolbox now. And so Rand comes up with this elaborate scheme to wear a shaggy carpet over his body to fool the security cameras, because it's made to look like Tommy Lee's dog at the time. And this is what the electrician actually did, was he put the shaggy carpet on to fool the cameras, disabled the cameras, and then rolled the safe out of the garage.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Damn.
That's fucking
Did
creative.
he go to jail? Because that's
Yeah.
like, I mean,
don't
the laws,
think so. Because once again, just the statute of limitations.
Mm-hmm.
right? And also, like, revenge porn laws were like made way after the fact, like in the
Yeah.
early
yeah.
2000s.
Oh, yeah. So they actually, part of the story is that this sex tape helped launches what we know as porn websites to this day. Like, porn websites would have never happened if it wasn't for this tape. And that's the way the story's told.
Yeah.
Kind of believe that.
Apparently now Rand is living in Colorado somewhere,
He's a weed
and
farmer.
he's a weed farmer. And he tells people, I'm the guy that stole Pam and Tommy's sex tape, and nobody believes him.
Damn.
So he deals with
That
it
sucks.
throughout the movie. So he steals the tape. He has the original tape. And so they start making copies and selling it online. Well, people start buying the VHS and then making copies of the VHS and selling the copies. So, like, the chain of who actually owned the original was not known besides the people involved. So, like, Tommy
Yeah.
Lee, Pamela Anderson knew he had it. And then later on, when a entertainment company buys the rights to stream it online, they also convince him to sell them the tape. So they have the original tape and everything now.
Yeah. So they're the ones that originally started streaming it straight online. And then they're like, oh, this quality is really crappy. Hey, Rand, how about we get that original, buddy?
So, yeah, according to this show, the Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson sex tape was the first thing streamed online.
I don't know about streamed online. We can look it up. According to the show. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, according to the show. Yeah.
What a way to go down in history.
Yeah.
What was the
It's
first
like,
thing
wow.
ever streamed on the internet?
Pamela Anderson's sex tape.
It was a sex tape.
No.
Yeah,
Don't look that up. Don't look that up, kids. Just
Yeah,
play
no,
with the
as in
Pokemon
essence,
cards.
it was on a server for this cam girl site that was just happening, and you could stream it for free, and it was the innovation of the early 2000s.
And a
But just
whole new
think about it,
industry was born.
like Pamela Anderson got the rawest deal possible, right? This ruined her career completely. Like she was just getting into movies, she had everything in front of her, and this ruined her career. And then a few years later, you have Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian build a career off of a sex tape.
Good for them.
They released it themselves. They had to have.
I believe I believe Kim Kardashian's mom would release it.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Kris Jenner is very calculated in everything that she does. That's why they have so much money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Do you think Elon Musk is calculated?
You're muted.
Oh.
We can't hear you.
I can hear him.
I know. It was me. So it's a really good show. Should definitely check it out. Find out what Elon Musk is not checking out.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Elon Musk checked it out.
Hey. You know, honestly, I want to meet somebody who like bought one of the original videotapes. Like I do. I want to see it.
I bet you-
Morbid
I bet your
curiosity
parents have
save.
one of our parents has this tape locked away in a safe.
Oh my god, I don't think about that.
You know it.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell
They're
my
like,
mom.
do you want me to leave this podcast? Because I'll leave it so fast.
$5 says it's Alan's parents.
Oh no. Elon Musk. What about Elon
So,
Musk?
our savior, our hero,
Daddy
uh,
Elon.
senpai, senpai Elon.
Senpai. Notice us.
He had a bright moment this week. Well, he had a couple. He's been on a tangent lately, and it's been pretty funny to watch. First off, he says we need to drill more. We need to produce more oil. The guy that produces electric cars is saying, "Hey, we need to produce more gas." It's kind of funny. And then he also made a big announcement about he still owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. He's still a Doge guy. And then he also denied multiple calls for Tesla to disengage people's cars in Russia.
Fucking good. I'm glad that he decided not to.
Yeah, because most Teslas have a kill switch built in. And so people were asking him to turn on all the kill switches inside Russia. And at a certain point, it's like, when are we going to stop making the situation worse, right?
Yeah. No,
Like,
that's not an answer.
attack on Russian people. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the people who are fucking us all over.
Yeah, I also think that that just sets a really bad precedent for the future. So like even if it's like, oh, only the oligarchs and whatever, like that, to me that's something they've already purchased. It's like it's just a ethics line. Like I know Russia's crossing several lines already, but like that to me isn't an answer. That's a pretty serious thing to consider and much less like agree to. So I'm kind of glad that he didn't.
Yeah, well, it's like the thing, you know, eye for an eye, the whole world goes blind, right? So if we just keep making the situation worse, is that helpful? Is that helping anything?
No, it isn't. Plus, I wouldn't want Elon to like if we all ended up owning Tesla vehicles of some sort, I wouldn't want for him to be like, all right, you guys can't use your Tesla vehicles on Tuesday. Fuck you. Like, nah, that's too much power.
So that's again like, if you don't want to buy Tesla, what are you gonna buy? A Chevy Bolt? You know, I mean,
that,
like,
yeah.
come on.
That's
Like
that's a
the
joke of a car.
Nissan Leaf. Yeah, they're very ugly. It's like
Mhm.
getting into a Tesla is getting into a spaceship, right? Like that's how it's designed. It's designed to be the future,
Mhm.
where any other electric vehicle that's readily available right now is just kind of like some kid put together in a science experiment, and here you go.
So I didn't send it to our official millennials chat, but I definitely sent it somewhere else.
Yeah, the WRX.
Yeah, the WRX Subaru is in talks about making the next one an all electric vehicle, and I'm really excited for it. I mean, it's the only way that we can progress here, right?
Yeah, but again, what is a WRX without a pop, right?
Mm.
Car
JW
guys.
said if the Russian public had legitimately put him in power, it would be fair game, but they didn't, should only hit them somewhat fairly. Also, hey,
JW, what's up?
EW. Hope you're
Yeah,
feeling better.
Yeah.
and I mean, everybody has their own opinion on it right now,
Hmm.
and what's going on is horrific. But I don't think, I don't think making escalating moves is gonna help, right? I think right now, let's not attack the Russian people. Let's keep our sanctions and our focus on the Russian leadership. Like
Yeah.
that, you're not gonna win hearts and minds by preventing somebody from going to the store to buy milk for their baby.
If they even have imports to go to the store and buy milk for their baby.
Well, see, that's the whole thing, right? So since 2014, Russia has been building their trade federation, right? So they have been working around getting out of using the dollar for trading. They've been working on building alliances and partnerships with, surrounding customer or countries, so that they can trade for food and dairy. So it's like, do the sanctions even work, or are they only, pushing them further into being a trade union again? Because that's what the Soviet Union was, a trade
Mhm.
union.
I didn't know that about the Soviet Union.
I mean, you always got to think, what did they get out of it, right?
Hmm.
I mean, it's like the EU. The EU is a trade union. It's a trade and work union. Like that's,
Yeah.
they all work together, so they have cheaper goods, and everybody has more work and more money to go around.
free healthcare.
No, there's no free healthcare in the EU. There's some
Free, it
countries
comes from
that
the
provide.
taxes, but
Yeah.
well,
There's
it's not
countries
free.
like the UK who have subsidized healthcare, which, yeah, it comes from their taxes. But the UK itself is also the size of the state of New York, so on population wise. So
Spain and Germany do have free healthcare that paid through your taxes as well.
So what is next for Daddy Musk?
hopefully, well, see, so that's why this situation was so. It was nice to see where he voiced his opinion and he came out very strongly against it, because he's setting up Starlink, and he's already activated in Ukraine, so they're powering off Starlink right now for internet and other items.
Hmm.
You know, he's gonna lead the expeditions to Mars, so he's the Emperor of Mars right now. So it's nice to see that the Emperor is benevolent, not evil.
And didn't Elon recently have a mass amount of staff? Like, uh, Jesus, I'm losing all my words here. He basically redistributed a lot of his staff to start focusing on cybersecurity on Starlink, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're kicking it into high gear on Starlink, because I
Hmm.
mean Starlink's the key to a lot of his plans. Uh, the Tesla mesh network would run off Starlink. The communications and all the Mars stuff would run through Starlink. I mean, Starlink will help with colonizing the moon, so we can launch 2 Mars off the moon.
Did you guys live on the moon? Did you get in on that prime real estate on
Yeah.
the moon?
So that's yeah. No, you know, we've been thinking about, and I always say that I'd be on the first ship to Mars, right? But again, would the moon be good enough? And I don't think so. I want to go be stupid and crazy, but I would contemplate living on the
Adventure
moon.
is out there.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
made of
Mars needs
cheese.
librarians.
Yeah, the moon's made of cheese, so
Yeah, yeah. Wallace and Gromit proved that.
I've never seen Wallace and Gromit. Please don't crucify me.
Me neither. It's okay.
We're having a watch party. We're watching Wallace and Gromit go to the moon
Hold on,
to
no,
eat
no, no, no.
cheese.
did you watch the Goonies yet?
So, let's talk about Google.
About that.
About Goonies? You right. Hey, you
Shit.
guys. Oh, wait. You don't get that reference.
Your movie is
yeah.
currently in a box. But okay, fine. After we move into our new place, I will actually watch the Goonies, okay? I'll sit down
Your
and
lies
watch
are-
it.
You
He looked
swim
as-
in a pool of lies. You said
Are
so
you
many
two a
times you're gonna watch
chair?
the Goonies.
What's up?
Puzzles
We're
is
gonna-
gonna take over a D&D day, and she's gonna be like she did with Hamilton, and
I'm okay with that.
And the
Let's
Heights.
watch the Goonies.
she's gonna be like, okay, guys, we're gonna watch the Goonies.
You thought we were here for Dungeons and Dragons. Just kidding. Sit.
Fine.
Yeah,
but
actually,
immediately
JW, you have a
afterwards,
point.
we're watching Wallace and Gromit go to space to eat cheese. What about JW?
I have no interest. I didn't like Chicken
Oh.
Run. Sorry.
Not
Sorry.
our cup of tea.
What did JW say?
We're not allowed to talk about what you said, JW. But no, so like the GPS system that we all use, global positioning system, is owned by the U.S. government, and it was developed for military use, and then it was allowed to use for civilian. So, like China alone is building their own GPS so that they don't have to use the U.S.'s, and it's just there's all these things like that Starlink will help break up and give you options at least.
You know what? I would get Starlink for my car.
When you're whipping a Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know if Google Maps says you can go in China.
Yeah, you can. But
Because that would mean they would have had to driven the roads in China.
Yes,
Yeah.
Google has worked with China extensively, and that's why they have the Great Firewall. Google helped build it.
no, Google didn't help build the Great Firewall to China. That was Cisco.
Okay, they say that.
That
Oh.
is not true. Cisco built the Great Firewall to China. But Google has been working with the Chinese government about mapping their roads, as well as buying Mandiant, a cybersecurity firm, which it's a pretty big fucking deal. There's not a lot of details on the deal just yet. Google bought Mandiant for $4.5 billion, especially to be able to compete against Microsoft and Amazon. For Google, they don't really have a big business division like Microsoft has had for years, and Amazon's been able to pull out of the woodworks with. So Google's definitely trying to catch up with them. And with personally, I believe with the hiring of cybersecurity engineers for the company, they may be allowing crypto transactions on Google Pay.
So Apple Pay is allowing it already.
Mm-hmm.
My new crypto wallet asked me if I wanted to link my Apple Pay with it, so I can use my crypto. I said, "Fuck no."
Fuck no.
You can take my $10 in Shiba coin.
No, but this is a pretty big fucking deal for Google. Like, I personally believe they're going to come out and try to really establish themselves as a business for business type of directive.
What role would they fill, right? Like, so that's the thing, right?
Mhm.
So, like, Microsoft has Outlook. They have OneNotes. They
Mhm.
have a string of business assets. Like, what does
Easier.
Google have
Yeah.
that would be a business asset.
Well, Google already has all of that as well. I mean, you can buy what's it called? G Suites now. You can like buy that and you can have fucking 50 gigabytes of storage on your
I
Google
think it's
Drive.
just another choice for employers because you said like Microsoft has their own programs, and then Amazon Web Services (AWS) is like ramping up and acquiring a lot of contracts. Like cloud storage is like really competitive because we have what like SAP, we saw a billboard for this the other day by y'all. It said sorry SAP, and the company was called OLED or something like that.
Well,
For cloud
even
storage.
Rackspace.
Yeah.
Rackspace is huge here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think it's just like another option. And Google is so integrated in everything that we do. Like for a lot of companies, it probably would just make sense for them, especially if Google is investing this much money in it. But Google is known to like scrap projects fairly quickly.
That's what it like popped in my head as soon as Adam started talking about this. I was like, so let's take bets. How long do you think before this company is destroyed?
All right. I'm not making odds. You just put money in the pot. How many months, Ethan?
6 months.
6 months? How much are you putting? $1?
10 Shiba.
10 Shiba? Alright. Tell you what, I'll put in like $20. 2 years.
I don't want to give Google any more money than I've already given Google. They already have my data.
Right.
Well, but that's the thing, right? Like Google's name right now on personal use has been tarnished greatly over the last couple of years for censorship and other items, lack of security, spam. They're the worst for spam. And so why would I want to use a crappier Microsoft when I could just use Microsoft?
I mean, look at the cost point. Google Suites, G Suites, it's $5 a person, as opposed to the traditional $10 with Microsoft. And with Amazon, you pay as you go. So like
I
for
know,
however much
but
time
when
you
you're
use
talking
it, you pay for
business,
that time.
right? When you're talking a small business or a small corporation, because I assume who Google will be going after, because it'd be really hard for Google to go after Microsoft's like corporate business.
Well, let me give you peace of mind about Mandiant,
So
the company. So
one question, real quick: does Google use Microsoft products in their corporate headquarters?
They probably don't, but to give you a little bit of peace of mind about the purchase of Mandiant, the cybersecurity company, was the company to detect the SolarWinds hack that happened a couple of years ago. So they were the ones that really.
I've heard their
pointed that
name a
out.
couple times. I mean, they're at least a pretty decent firm.
Like the hope that Google has here is that them purchasing Mandiant will make them be more serious about cybersecurity. And I could see that. I
wouldn't use a Google product like that. I don't use Google products for personal, and I definitely wouldn't use them for business. China agrees.
It's good that they're like using this because like cyber attacks are obviously on the rise, right? Like so any way they can prevent it, hacks happening or things of that nature, I think is pretty smart on Google because that's like a prime job market right now is cybersecurity or anything IT related. So if anything, it's more jobs in the Google.
I hope so. Either this works out great for Google and they actually step up a level, or Google just took one of the best cybersecurity firms out of business. You know?
No, I hope not.
Well, Google also purchased like Lenovo, which is not a security like service, but they purchased them, and then they purchased
IBM purchased Lenovo.
No, they purchased something else, and then they turned around and sold it to Lenovo like 2 years later. So it's always a possibility that they could sell Mandiant later on.
I mean, there were talks that Microsoft would be purchasing Mandiant. As to why that didn't happen, I don't know.
Google swooped in
Google
and gave a
Flash.
better offer.
Google Flash that fat sack.
Microsoft just went under like a major merger right now too, so that probably had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Motorola Mobility,
Oh.
and then they sold it to Lenovo.
That makes sense. It's a shame Motorola closed its doors. I had no beef with that phone. That phone manufacturer. They're great.
I love my Motorola.
They're no Nokia.
Oh, yeah.
True. Nothing compares to Nokia, but Motorola was my first like flip phone, and it had a little light around it.
Yeah. I had the Razor.
Razor for 3 months, 4 months.
That's
I did.
fine.
I loved it. I loved having the flip phone back. Like, it was so nice.
There's a lot more options now in the flip phone game since they came
Yeah.
out with that.
I mean, Samsung has its, and it came out around the same time as Motorola's new Razor. I went with Motorola just because it had like the screen on the front, and that's what I really wanted. But the inside, just one, it was Android, so it was hard for me to function with it, and it was slow, it was hard. So that's why I ended up having to go back to my iPhone. But
Every person I've heard complain about the Android system uses some rinky-dink Android phone. Like, they're not complaining that, oh, I got a Galaxy Note and I hate it. And it's like, I got the
Yeah.
Android 4 from T-Mobile and I hate it.
I love my S21.
I like my iPhone.
I just give me the iPhone and flip it. Let me flip it.
I mean, the iPhone 6, you could bend it.
That was it by
Like-
design.
So, like, Samsung, they're getting real good with the Fold, and they pretty much figured out all their little issues with it.
Oh, dude, I was talking to our new landlord, and he has a Fold. He has a Fold 2. And I said, oh, I almost got that phone. How do you like it? And he goes, it's not great. When it's closed, you have a tiny screen. And, like, that was
Yeah.
his, like, biggest complaint. And I was like, oh, yeah. I looked at the Google Duo, but the Microsoft Duo, but they wanted $4,000 for it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
$4,000.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say though, for all those teachers who are like, you're not gonna have a calculator in your pocket. I have a very expensive calculator in my pocket. Okay.
Fucking expensive.
I would argue that my phone costs just as much as the T130s or whatever we had to buy.
All you did was spell boobs on it.
Yeah.
I had a T89 programmable one. That thing was fucking awesome. It's expensive
Right?
as
Like, they
fuck.
always said you needed this big graphic calculator, and I literally had one of the, like, it was like the little Texas Instruments, but the little ones and that's all I ever had, and I was totally fine.
Hmm. You still have it to this day, right?
Yep.
They said the same thing about cursive, right?
Well, they brought it back now. Like,
I'm
they
glad
have to
that they
teach it
did.
now.
They do teach cursive in school. I don't think they ever stopped.
Yeah, it was only like 2 years.
Kind of how Kanye hasn't stopped his barrage on Pete.
Kim K.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, guys. Okay, so I have to say that Kim Kardashian's whole like rise to fame and her whole journey through her career has been like morbidly interesting to me, and I think to a lot of people. So when Kim and Kanye got married, it was just kind of like that's the most extreme thing I could think of at the time, right? Like I'd never like pictured them as a couple, considering her last two husbands, Chris Humphries and who is she married to before him?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can find out.
Ray J.
No, I don't think her and Ray J were ever married. But Kim and Kanye, they filed for divorce last year, and in this year of like separation, it's been pretty tough. We definitely saw Kanye go off his rocker, and he had to get checked into a retreat. Then this divorce comes out, and we just see like more and more things come out about Kanye. But Kanye has specifically taken aim at Pete Davidson, who is now dating Kim Kardashian. And it's so fucking mean. Like the way that he is like attacking him online and getting all his followers to attack Pete Davidson, who's also someone who suffers from mental illness, is like honestly disgusting. Like he calls him Skeet instead of Pete, and like purposely calls him out in every interview that he ever gets a chance to. And he's like, I'm just trying to save my family, when Kim has made it abundantly clear that we're not together, like we're not a good match, like this isn't good for our kids, like just move on. And he's just not listening to her. There's been several times where he's like publicly had asked for her back, has put her in a weird positions, and it's just gross. And now he's like basically threatening Pete Davidson with like his life and his livelihood, which Davidson's like, I'm not afraid of you.
All right, well, hold on.
Okay.
So Kanye's not supposed to fight for his family? He's not supposed to fight for the woman he loves?
He should have fought for the woman he loves when he had the chance, but now he ruined his chance and she wants to move on.
Also,
So-
Kim was married to Damon Thomas before Chris Humphries. He was a music producer.
Okay.
So, were the rumors ever confirmed about Kanye cheating on Kim before the divorce? Like, that's what sparked it. Because
I don't know.
that was the last rumor I heard, that it was a big YouTuber, like, I don't know if it was Jeffree Star, but somebody like that he cheated on Kim with.
I've never heard that rumor.
Yeah.
It didn't come up in any of my research.
Yeah.
Last I heard of Kanye, he had become a man of God and put out a whole new Christian album.
Yeah, well, one of the guys I work with is a very big Kanye, like, disciple, so, yeah. I've
Damn.
heard
So-
a lot about
Okay.
this.
I loved Kanye when it was like his albums, Late Registration, College Dropout, and 808 and Heartbreaks is when I started to fall off the Kanye train. And then when he started coming out with like, I'm hip hop's evolution, I was like, get out of here. Like, you don't call yourself the evolution of hip hop yourself. Like, and then his clothing line was just so horrendous and gross. And I was telling Alan this, and I was like, why do people think this is like artistic? And Alan says, people see trash and think it's art, which I'm gonna make that into a sticker. It's just
Have
crazy.
you seen the new Yeezys?
Oh, no.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they're Crocs with Kanye's name on them, and they're like $400 for Crocs. Well, they're not Crocs, but they look exactly like Crocs.
Oh yes, I did see. Kim had posted a picture on her Instagram, and she was wearing them like twice, and they're so gross. They're not good. It looks like a Croc, but like the net that like onions come in at the grocery store. Like,
Yes.
that's what it looks like. So tensions have escalated, right? Like Pete hasn't really said anything to Kanye, but recently he texted him and he said, let me read this to you guys. Yo, it's Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it doesn't have to be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing. You're so lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not going to let you treat us this way anymore, and I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up. And so Kanye replies, and he's like, oh, so you're using profanity now? Where are you at right now? And Pete says, in your bed with your wife. And he posts like this selfie
Oh my
of him in
god.
the bed.
Oh my god.
Which is,
no.
part of me is just like, good for you, Pete Davidson. And the other part of me is just like, you also suffered from like mental health issues. And he did come back and tell Kanye that, like, hey, like, I've been where you've been. Like, it's a really hard journey. Like, let me help you. Like, if you want to stop being an internet bitch and like come and talk to me, like, we could do that. So it's like a whole like scandal right now. Like, it's, I think Kim honestly should probably just dump them both and just be on her own for a while.
But I think she lives off the drama. So,
Very well
like,
might.
if Pete Davidson didn't piss Kanye off so much, I don't think they'd be together.
You really
Like
think
there
so?
had to have been some history beef before this.
Well, I think
Well,
they were
yeah,
friends.
it's Kanye. Everybody has beef with Kanye. Like, Kanye's sister has beef with Kanye.
Yeah. It's just really sad to see. Like, I hope that Kanye kind of gets a clue and gets the help that he needs, especially for his kids. Like he's taking this so public. He's talked about like North having a TikTok, which she wasn't even supposed to have. So like that public embarrassment for her, right? Like she's old enough and she's dealing with it. And then Kanye had said like he was invited to Chicago's birthday, but it was just like a misunderstanding. But he took it publicly on like Instagram and called everybody out. Like every fact of this is like posted online for everybody to see. And like I think that's like a Kardashian thing, right? Like I think he's really trying to take aim at whatever empire they've built, and give them even like a worse name. But I do have to say, like, Kim's pretty smart. Like, she signed a prenup. Her money is hers, and his money is his. And Kim makes a lot of fucking money. So,
Mhm.
good for her. Sign that prenup.
I just think it's funny because I'm not a Pete Davidson fan. I've never thought he was really funny. I mean, even like we watched his Staten Island Kid or whatever, Long Island Kid, whatever. His last stand up, it just kind of fell flat. And
He's
like,
getting
even
trolled.
yeah, even on SNL when he comes out, he's just like, "Ugh." Like one liner with a goofy pose, and that's Pete Davidson's comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I laughed at a Pete Davidson skit, or a skit featuring Pete Davidson, or a skit with Pete Davidson in it.
Like him and the Ariana Grande drama was the most entertainment I got out of Pete Davidson ever.
Yep.
Fuck.
Poor Pete. Can you imagine having like every ounce of your life publicized all the time? Like that's awful. And then like the whole Mac Miller thing, Ariana Grande thing, like that all happened too, and now this whole Kanye thing. Honestly, if I was Pete, I would bounce from this limelight myself. It's like it's too much drama.
You understand why they have mental health issues.
Yeah. I hope it works out for everybody involved. But it is kind of like a very slow moving train wreck happening.
Choo choo.
Especially
Get
for
off the
those
trails or get on the trail. Your turn or your choice. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's like there's so much going on in the world. Why are y'all arguing about this right now?
Like, this is not fucking important right now.
Well, then what's even like is the icing on the cake is like this whole ordeal is going to be showcased on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh yeah. You know they're gonna cash in on it. Like, so that brings it up. Like, how much of this do you think is maybe staged? Like, if Kanye really has beef with the situation, how much do you think they're like egging him on to amplify it?
It could be. Can you imagine getting trolled by Pete Davidson? He just admitted you don't find his stand-up like funny, and like everybody supports Pete Davidson over Kanye for the most part. Like Kanye's probably losing his mind.
Right. And make good reality TV. So
Yeah, did you know that Kim is 40? She's 40 years old.
Oh,
and I was like, nah, she's like 30. I was like, wait a minute. I'm coming up on 30.
so that's the thing, right? Like, I'm old enough to remember when Kim Kardashian was only Paris Hilton's personal assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Lifestyles of the rich and famous are messy. Super messy.
That's why we're never going to be rich, right, Alan?
Yeah.
Let me just go cry in my Tesla.
Right.
Or a closet that's the size of my house.
Let me go cry in the room.
There was a clip somewhere for something, and it was showing Kim's pantry. And it was a full walk-in grocery store. Like everything was pristine, everything was pretty. And I'm just looking at it like, I wonder how many times she's actually walked in there.
Yeah.
When she gets the munchies.
I
just
think I
rings a
know the
bell.
the bell. She tells her assistants to come. Yeah.
The ones that she
So
doesn't pay.
yeah, that was another thing. Whenever Kim and Kanye had like filed for divorce, Kanye like blocked her on everything and changed his number and told her that she can contact him through his security team, and she actually did because it had to do with the kids. Um, so there was that, and then Kanye came out like a month or so later, and he was just like, "I'm just annoyed how the media is saying that she's divorcing me. Like I let her file first so she could save face." And then he's like going on this 8 month like rampage of trying to get Kim K back, which is just not helping his story, right? His initial story that he's the one who let her file for first. It's just like, I think too, like a problem here is that mental wellness, especially for men, is such a topic that's not acknowledged. Like Kanye needs help. You know, he's rich enough to have it. He's just kind of crazy. He bought a house right across the street from Kim's house for like over $400,000 over the asking price,
Jesus
just to be
fuck.
close by. Like these are all like signals of like
Signs of a great father.
right, or just like an abuser basically. Like I can't blame her, but also like he has displayed that his mental wellness is just not great, and he becomes a meme. Like we see Will Smith crying over Jada Pinkett, he becomes a meme. You know, everything. Mac Miller killed himself, and even then like people still make jokes about it. So like I don't know, like I hesitate to like want to condemn Kanye, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man, like you're a grown ass man with kids, like get it together.
But and then again, you know, if you talk about abusers, is he really the abuser? Like in the situation, if you look at it, is it possible that she's the is abusing a situation because maybe she took advantage, or he's having mental health breakdown,
Mhm.
right? So, like, as the mother of or the father of your kids, don't you think like she like tell Pete to calm down, or you know, like keep this whole situation quiet, don't even bring it up,
Right.
you know?
Mhm.
Keep it very high
Like
level and try to
Yeah.
like maintain like the
maybe she
best
has him
communication.
yeah, he's such on the hook for her that he's gonna buy the house at any price across the street just so that he can see his kids on a regular basis, you know? Like, I mean,
Mhm.
Well, like he's come out with this whole narrative that she's keeping the kids from him, which is not true. He had posted this thing about like North's backpack, and it had a pin of like him and Kim and like a little alien, and he like made up this whole story that he can't see his kids, blah blah blah. And Kim commented on it and said, "You just picked up the kids for school this morning. Like, what are you talking about? Stop it with this narrative." So I don't know. It could be either. It could be just like a cash grab, or it could just really be that Kim was tired of Kanye not trying to help himself or move forward, and she had to do what she had to do for her kids.
Yeah, I got that.
yeah. I mean, there's possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think they're all just crazy.
me too.
It's a fucking shit show over
Like-
there.
I don't know. Oh, okay. Have y'all ever seen the show Upload?
Mm-mm.
It's an
Mm.
Amazon show,
Mhm.
and y'all would probably find it interesting. But
Mm.
there's this chick in it, or one of the main characters, and she's like one of the richest girls in the world. So even in so the place of Upload is that they've built digital heavens,
Mhm.
and you can upload your consciousness when you die up into this uh, digital heaven, and then you pretty much pay to play in there. So the rich people get whatever they want,
Mhm.
and the poor people get stuck in like 2 GB, where you only have like 2 GB of data to spend for the month.
That's bullshit.
Like, yeah, it's a whole plot point of the show. Like,
Mhm.
you have a resistance and all this, but one of the chicks in there, like one of the main characters, always reminds me of Kim Kardashian, right? Because she's like the big, rich, snobby, and like they come to her suite, her digital suite, and like her closet alone is bigger than most people's suites.
Whoa.
She pays for that cloud space.
Yeah, exactly.
She does.
Well, it sounds
Fuck.
interesting.
Yeah, now I kind of want to go watch it. But
They just dropped the
definitely
second
worth
season,
watching.
so let's do it.
sweet.
Well, they're doing episode drops, so
Um,
season 2, like 6 episodes of season 2 is out right now.
Cool. So, what are we doing this Wednesday, Ethan?
I know we're gonna play some games.
Yeah.
Maybe some Pokemon.
Mhm.
Maybe some games with Kiwi Head because he doesn't have Pokemon. So we'll have to see.
Gotta catch them
Right.
all or catch none of them.
Right. That's what I was telling Puzzle the other day. I'm 4 Pokemon away from having the original 150 Pokemon in my Pokemon Go.
Nice.
Damn.
Really? Only 4 Pokemon away? What are you missing? I'll send them to you.
Slowbro,
Mm-hmm.
Zapdos,
Mm-hmm.
Kangaskong, and somebody else I forget off the top of my head.
I have a
Be that last one.
I have a Kangaskhan I can send you. I don't think I have a Zapdos,
Yeah.
but I did complete my 150.
Yeah. Well, I have a Mew. I have a Mewtwo.
Ooh.
I literally just need those easy to get ones.
I
I haven't
need
played Pokemon Go since we got like that shiny Mewtwo,
Yeah.
and I didn't catch it, but Alan did.
Well,
So
I know
sad.
y'all never open my gifts,
Oh, so
It's not even on my phone anymore.
right?
So, from where we live now, there's a Pokestop that we can hit up. We won't have that Pokestop at the new place.
You just have to find the new one.
Yeah, it's a nice walk, right?
Mhm.
We'll get him a little backpack. He can yell, "I'm going on an adventure."
Woo. I don't think we have anything else during the week. Next Monday, we won't have a Naked Pod, right?
No, yeah, I won't have internet, right?
Yeah.
Off the grid.
Off the grid, finally.
Spring Break Part 3.
No Naked Pod next week, guys. No Naked Pod. But
But yay!
Well, hold on.
Yay! New place.
mhm.
Can't wait to break it in.
Is it at least bigger than the last one? Step up.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Do you guys want to see it?
Yeah.
When you come over?
Yeah.
Okay. We have the
Hopefully we
keys.
can see it when we're invited over.
Yes.
Like, hold on, you can come to my house, but you have to wear a blindfold the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. You just
What kind of weird sex thing is this, Alan?
just look. We talked about
You
this.
signed a waiver.
Exactly. We blindfold you. That's it. You still have
The
control of your
backyard-
hands.
The backyard is significantly like bigger and like even, and it's not weird like our current backyard. The only thing I'm sad about is that you guys put in serious work in our garden beds, but we just built a garden bed. We already got approval to do so.
I was,
Sweet.
when do we transfer the plants?
So they're actually ready to go in the ground. Like they've been thriving over by that windowsill. I've been watering them daily.
Oh, you little plant babies.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're looking good. My Snapdragon is also benefiting from sitting over there. It's like in the light, like it's crouching over, like, "Hey, I'm here too." Like, give me food.
I've had to perch that UV light way higher.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, guys, here is our outro. Thanks for being here, guys. I'll find someone to
Bye.
raid.
Bye.
Raid these nuts.
Oh, got him.
Well, that wraps up another great episode. And don't forget to join our amazing and supportive community on Discord.
In our Discord, you can find game nights, watch parties, food pics, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. What's not to love about that? We have a little something for everyone. Head over to our website, officialmillennials.com, and you'll find more info, especially our featured gamer of the week.
Speaking of something for everyone, we have a book club. We read a book almost every month and talk through it together. We also have a special perk for our subs to discuss other books in a series called Chapter 2.
Don't forget to swing by YouTube and drop us a follow at Official Millennials. You can also find us on Twitter at MillsOfficial. We appreciate all the support, and y'all have a good one.
This is an Official Millennials production.
Woo! Would you guys believe us if we said that at the very end every time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't say that at the end. It's an imposter.
But we do. We do it every time live.
I'm saying if we didn't, it's imposter.
Ah.
Yeah.